Hi everyone, my name's Sheroze Nadeem and I'm currently a trainee solicitor at Napthens Solicitors. Now, prior to this, I was also a partner in a menswear fashion label known as Vox Gente. Now, I know many of you were preparing for your final exams or some sort of exams, and unfortunately these have been either postponed or delayed due to the global crisis, but don't let that put you off. The path journey for me to becoming a trainee solicitor is around 10 years. I'm set to qualify this coming September, and I'm going to share a bit of the journey with yourselves now. So of course we have the academics, so the GCSEs, then I did my A-levels, then I did my undergrad, then I went on to do my masters and the LPC. Now of course they're the key fundamentals in order for you to secure a role, but as well as that there's a number of other things that you can be doing to try and make you stand out from the crowd. Most other students in a similar boat are going to have a 2-1 and a bit of work experience, but what can you do to separate yourselves from them? Most importantly, you've got to do things that you enjoy. So for my A-levels, I did English, sociology, ethics and philosophy. The key areas that broaden your thinking, there's a lot of research involved, and obviously on the undergrad I did a law degree. My LPC and my masters weren't combined as many people do, which of course there's no issue with doing. But as well as that, when I was doing my masters at the University of Manchester, that's when Vox Gente was formed. And from a interest in fashion, I myself was wearing a lot of headwear at university, and I'm sure a lot of people will see footballers are wearing a lot of headwear, and I had a keen interest in the kind of cap I wanted. So it's gone from a 4-star cap to over a 40 item product range that my business partner now runs full time whilst I'm pursuing my legal career. So I think the key advice there is do things that separate you from other people. The things that I've learned working for myself previously have really made me realise that there's more than just a square box that everyone fits into. You've got to be commercially aware, you've got to be adaptable. So for myself, as part of my training contract, I've covered firstly employment, then commercial property, where I was based in the Blackpool office. I've then done commercial litigation, and now I'm in my final seat of corporate. Now, putting my extracurriculum to a side, but I would focus on trying to get as much work experience you can, or paid jobs in various roles. So it can be, the traditional student roles, working in restaurants, cafes, even call centres, or even in retail, because you're dealing and interacting with a different kind of client on a daily basis. It's going to broaden your way of thinking, and you're going to become adaptable to working with different people, which are interpersonal skills which are going to transfer in any career that you do, whether it's law, accountancy, engineering, or just working with others. These are soft skills that I feel can't be taught. You need to practice, and then they become a second nature to yourselves. All these different experiences are going to give you an idea about yourself and what you enjoy. Now, if someone said to me when I was between the ages of 16 to 18, at 26 you'll be a qualified solicitor, it just seems a mile away. It seems, it's far in the future. I can't think about getting that far ahead, but trust me, it's gone at the blink of an eye. I would make the most of every opportunity that comes your way. Use LinkedIn, other social media platforms, and try and reach out to people for even work experience, CV advice. These are all key elements which will completely separate you from others, I feel. And I'm more than happy for any of you to reach out to me on LinkedIn, and I'd be happy to offer you advice or even speak to you about a journey that I've been on in a bit more detail than this short clip. Now, if it is law that you want to focus on, you've got to realise which area of law. There's all these different areas. Now, commercial litigation, commercial property, employment are all areas of law, but they're all very different. I know they're similar in a certain way, but they're quite broad. So go out there, get experience in different, it can be in the same firm even, but different areas of law, so you see what it is you're going to enjoy. What can you see yourself doing for the next 30 to 40 years? And you've got to be true to yourself. There's no point, oh, well, my friends are going down this route, and then you go into something that you're not going to enjoy, because at the end of the day, if you're not going to enjoy it, your heart's not going to be in it, and really you're not going to exceed in that area. But I think the most important part is getting your foot in the door. If you can start to get some work experience, and then you can build relationships from there and ask for more, and then keep returning every summer, and it gives you a feel of what you're going to enjoy. Without that actual experience, even if it's a week or 2 weeks from now up until right through your uni degree, you'll get a good feel of what it is that's there for you. Now, I appreciate all of this is on the academic side, and a lot of this is things that your tutors and mentors might be telling you, but you've also got to focus on yourself and your mental health. That's very important, and you've got to go out there, stay active, stay fit, do things that you enjoy, because there's more to life than just working. You've got to have the work-life balance, and obviously ensure that they both go hand in hand. You've got to find a firm or a company that you feel will share them morals with you. And I'm very fortunate to be working for one where they understand that and they push for that greatly. So you've got to work with people who are of a like mind to yourself. That's the number one tip, I feel, because that's where you're going to find your roots, that's where you're going to get your training. And without that, you're not going to mold into the individual that you want to be and reach your potential. Although at first glance it appears that this is a quick, smooth journey with no bumps on the way, it's anything but that. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, and there's going to be a lot of obstacles on the way. But the main thing is to stay focused, stay motivated, and there's going to be interviews where you're going to get knocked back. You're not going to get the job or the role that you wanted. But it's important to go and ask for that advice. In my experience, when you get knocked back, if you go out there and ask for advice or even ask for some feedback, most companies will be more than happy to offer you that. They'll be grateful that you've reached out and asked how you can improve yourself. And who knows, the next time you apply, they might even remember you, and that could be the entry into the ladder for you. This is just a quick overview into myself and how I've got to where I am. And I think the takeaway tip, which I mentioned before, is that 10 years is going to go like this. Just remember what you want to leave behind as your legacy. Keep the end goal at the top of your mind and keep working towards that. And I know I've touched on it again, but by all means, feel free to contact me or any of my colleagues, and we'd be more than happy to offer you some more in-depth advice where we can. All the best, stay positive, stay motivated, and keep doing what you're doing.